Hello, back with another VOD review from Overwatch University. This one is an Ana player. They said they've been playing for a couple months now. They usually play Ana on support. They don't say what rank they're playing in. Um, Otherwise, they want some general tips as they feel this was a decent game, other than they made some mistakes and they feel like they died more than they should have. Initial rollout angle is fine, no problem. Good damage. We like, oh, missing heaps of shots. Wow, wow. Okay, we got him in the end. Cool, sweet. I don't know what rank it is, purely based off of like the way that your aim is and the rollouts from the team. I'm gonna guess that it's probably either silver or gold. Um, this is wild. I think straight off the bat, like you need to work on that game. That aim. I'm not sure if you're new to FPS games, but like I think you just missed like 11 shots in a row, right? One. Oh, we get one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, okay. We had to reload, otherwise it would have been 11. That's pretty wild. Also, like, while that shit's happening, like, your team is just like struggle towning because you're not actually applying any pressure. Like, they look at you a little bit, but then they're just like, oh, whatever, and they run over your team. Um, Going for like damage orientated angles when BAP is your other support is viable because like you've got two main healers. Like obviously you're both on flex support, but there's like off healers and main supports and flex support subcategories. BAP deals a lot of healing, so like if I'm playing Ana and the other support does pick BAP, it's not optimal because then you're sort of competing for healing resources for ult charge. But usually what it means is that I will play a more aggressive damage orientated Ana, which is what you're trying to do. But you didn't do well at all. There's heaps of workshop codes for like aiming. A really popular one is Vaxter. That's VAXTH. I would recommend that honestly. Just jumping in there, maybe like 15 minutes every time you're about to queue comp, do that for 15 minutes instead. Also, like make sure that when you're in comp queue, you know what, your queue times are really quick in like silver and gold actually. But I would say like queue the deathmatch mode and stuff like that. Like mechanically, that was just shocking. Really, really subpar. Anyway, let's see how we go now. Fix this quickly. Cool. How did we get to this situation? I was too busy fixing my settings. Alright, so we missed all the shots, we rotate around, our team's low, our back lamps. We nade it. Yep, nice. Good kill, good kill. With the sleep, that's okay. I hear people behind you. Oh, he's killable, he's killable. Hit a shot. Shot. You hit a couple shots there, that's good. Look, I think that was like a good rotation. You obviously weren't doing anything shooting the enemy. What is happening? They're camping your spawn, but you're behind them. This isn't a gold game. This has got to be bronze or silver. Um, yeah, interesting. The anti-nade on the queen was good. No issues, no dramas there. I think pushing them as aggressive as you just did then was quite like ballsy. Like just wait another like second for your diva to get here. Wow. Cool, back did it. Nade it. Throw a nade. You got nade. Cool. It was a good nade. It was just a late nade. I think like let's go back a few seconds. We see like we're nading right now because if we throw a nade here right now, then we're gonna get like all three of these players, which is like super high value, right? Like that'll slow down their aggression, assuming that they have a brain in their head. They're not just gonna like hard like hold W when they're antied because the Reaper can't heal from his shotgun, self heal, life steal, whatever. The Junker Queen can't get healed. They also don't have their Kiriko yet, so like they're without their main healer as well. Don't be like afraid to just use these nades like mid-fight for good value. The decision to nade just comes too late. You also like probably could have nanoed somebody there as well to like secure the fight win, right? It was a 4v4, but that's a really bad nano because the fight's over. It was a 4v4, um, and oh shit. Okay, wait, I have to see how that happened. Hang on. We'll finish my little spiel in a second, but like, what is this? This is wild. Why is he on healing aura? He needs to be on speed to get around the corner. You can't stand behind that. This has got to be a bronze game. There's no way. I refuse to believe that this is like higher than like bronze or like silver like 5. Anyway, so like realistically that fight shouldn't be winnable. Like there's no way that like that diva bomb should just like collect 4 people like that or 3 people, whatever it was. That is absolutely wild. Nanoing the diva there in what was now a 2v4 is like pretty crazy. I mean, it worked there. It wouldn't work like 95% of the time. I would like honestly guarantee you of that. So here, um, I actually I actually don't like this rotation. I think I would actually prefer to see you come up this way, to be honest. I think like it's reasonable to expect that your team will fall back through here, and go to the Mega, which again, you have a BAP for like a main healer. D.Va has a lot of survivability. Even though you're missing a lot of shots, I still think actually taking the angle around here to apply some pressure is probably going to be more efficient than you just coming around here and both you and BAP stacking heals on the D.Va, right? Like there's only so much healing that's going to like help a D.Va. I think relieving some pressure would probably be better. But we'll see if you can like swing this team fight by going around there. Maybe you're able to like land some impactful cooldowns before your teammates die. See, they don't even come this way anyway. I actually thought that they might have done that because there's a Mega in here. That's probably the way that I would have rotated. But had you have gone to the left, then you would by now you would have line of sight of them because you could be like over here healing them, right? Now you're actually on an island. So if these players aren't bronze and silver players and they have a bit of a brain in their head, like if I'm this Reaper or if I'm this JQ and I just see you in here and I think, well, I know that the BAP's still here because I saw him a second ago and I'm looking at the D.Va. I'm just like looking at a like Anna by herself. I'm just going on that, to be honest. If Junker Queen use shout or if Lucia use speed, and the Reaper and the Junker Queen run at you, like you're pretty much guaranteed to die, right? Because you can only sleep one of them, and then after that, the enemy team just aims to snowball it, right? So like it's a weird rotation, and as soon as you realize that your BAP and your D.Va have gone this way, you need to like probably at least fall back to here, and maybe take some shots through there if you want. But realistically, I think we're just like going back for this wide angle and like swinging this way progressively while making sure to heal our team as they fall back if they're falling back. A nade here would be huge. Why don't we use any cooldowns? And why are you shooting floor? Let's slow this down for a second, right? We've got like the biggest nade of our life right here. This is like a 4-man nade, and like yes, Kiriko might have Zuzu. You haven't actually seen the Kiriko use Zuzu, but shit, whatever, man. Like if we hit a 4-man nade and we get Zuzu out, then that's still like value because now they don't have a Zuzu. But instead we use 0 cooldowns, and we just like we shoot a wall. Let's go a little bit faster. This is crazy. We shoot the floor. We shoot the floor again. We shoot the floor again. Now we nade, and it's an okay nade, but it's just a bit too late, right? Like, it's a good nade, it gets 3 people, but the nade is too late, like the fight is lost at this point, so we got to use that cooldown a bit sooner. You need to make a decision, are you living or dying here? And if you're dying, then, yeah, this is okay. Now see, now you're trying to live. If you get this Mega, then you're actually disadvantaging yourself. Your whole team dies. The longer you take to die, the more you're staggering yourself out, right? So if you were to grab this Mega right now, which I don't think you're going to do because you've walked the wrong way, but I feel like just by nature of you falling back into this room, your goal is trying to live. It's it's too late at this point to live. You need to just die and reset with your team, because if you die 5 seconds later, then that's like 5 more seconds of them accruing percentage on the point before your team can actually take a team fight again, right? Having said that, maybe you're just gonna live that. Okay, that's wild. Weird things happen in low ranks. I don't know what to say. Like that Junker Queen and Kiriko should have just gone with the Lucio and killed you 100%. Sometimes, to be honest, sometimes when I'm watching like bronze and silver games, I'm like, you can't do that. Like that's a bad idea, and then it works out because like I've got to remember that like you're playing against bronze and silver players. You know, like you can get away with some wild stuff. Don't walk straight into the Junker Queen. You're a ranged hero. Why are you getting into melee range? You don't need to be any closer than this right now. This staircase is perfect for you. You're also honestly not going to find it that much easier to hit the Junker Queen up close because your unscoped aim is obviously quite poor. If you're back here, you could actually like scope, and then it becomes a hit scan instead of a projectile, right? Probably increasing your accuracy. Like there's no reason. I mean, the Junker Queen's dead. There's 5 players here, right? But there's no reason for you to like get up close and to risk your life. What if she shouts, axes and knifes you? You die. The Junker Queen will die. You'll trade, but then like the Junker Queen can potentially come back a lot faster with both her shout and Lucio's speed boost than what you can. It's just not worth the risk. Not worth the risk at all. How's that Lucio not dead? That's wild. Cool. Your back was very, very close to dying. Again, I'm not sure why you want to get into melee range with a Reaper. It's like, I guess, like, maybe it's worth talking about, like, what effective ranges are, right? Like, every single hero in this game has an effective range where both their shots are relatively easy to hit, and they're not suffering from fall-off damage. Now, Anna, luckily, has no fall-off damage on her attacks whatsoever. It always does 70 damage or 70 heals, no matter how close you are or how far away you are. Unlike, say, Reaper, that both has damage fall-off on his bullets, as well as the spread of his bullets means that he's, like, extremely close range, right? And then at the other end of the spectrum, you've got your Widows who, like, ideally operate, like, at almost max range. Like, if you're a Widow, you're wanting to play from back here right now so that you've got line of sights to there and line of sights to here. You wouldn't even necessarily want to play from here as Widow, especially against like a Soldier Kiriko, because when they do push this angle, you get in trouble, right? I realize that you're not playing Widow, but it's about understanding your effective range. And as effective range is like, you would love to be up here, potentially. You would love to be here. You would love to be over here. Anywhere where you've got some natural cover, like moving up all the way to here as Anna is not a good idea unless your team is actually like holding this space so that you can't get flanked. But you're just like full sending it and just like holding W, walking down to enemies. Super bad idea. Will not like see success in terms of like improving at the game, reducing deaths, and like climbing out of medal ranks doing that. Um, Another reason why like you don't want to get up super close necessarily is like you have no natural cover, right? No natural cover whatsoever. This what the shit is this rush? So what I was gonna say is this Kitsune visor, because if the Kiriko wasn't like a bronze player, then they would have sent their rush this way, right, to empower the soldier. This soldier would literally just collect a 5k right now. Or maybe not on the SIG, but like you would 100% die if he targeted you. Why would you die? Because you've got no natural cover. Like you know that no one on your team is controlling this space. So even though you might not have necessarily seen these players, you've got to think like, if I don't have a teammate watching this doorway, then it's entirely possible that enemies push out of this doorway, right? Like the game's, a lot of this game is about space control, space denial, and understanding the concept of like, what is like space that we control, what is space that's contested, and what is space that the enemy controls. The enemy currently controls everything back here. Um, well, I guess your Bob maybe offsets that a bit. Um, but like we would also say that the enemy definitely controls this space here as well right now because they've got 2 players. So like the space that you guys control is basically all around here. But because of the flank, because we haven't adequately controlled this space, the soldier just comes around and he basically just gets like a near free visor. So we'll see what happens. We'll play it out. I think that he's making a big mistake targeting the Ash, but he does get the Ash. He gets the sim. He gets you. But your Sig is clutching it. And the Kiriko just fell off the map for some reason. And your team wins. Well, that's kind of crazy. Definitely had the Kiriko of not. I actually want to see if it was an issue with the delay of the cast time, come to think of it. So go back a little bit. Was the Kiriko actually trying to visor the soldier and forgot that visor, that rush goes where you're looking when the ult cast ends? No. Actually made a conscious effort to visor on top of the Bob, presumably to try and kill the Bob, but then she's going for body shots. I mean, that's just crazy, right? Like, I've actually probably never seen anything that stupid before. But anyway, and then just falls off the map. Fair enough. Cool. Look, if it's a Kitsune visor, then I think your team just wipes and you lose that one. Hey. You talked about dying too much. You only died once, twice. You should have died a lot more because you're just like full sending it, holding down W into the enemy team. But it's the bronze lobby, so yeah. Wait, where's the TP? No TP. Yeah, it's definitely a low rank lobby. So like generally speaking, a sim player would put a TP up to there from the doors, and then everyone would use the TP and therefore get to the point and take positioning faster. that was slower. Like turning back around and taking it was slower. You might as well just have kept walking. You're also frontlining again. Look at where your Sig is. You're playing like you're the Sigma right now. Like you're so far forward. If you're walking in front of your Sigma as Anna, or in front of your Reinhardt, or in front of your Ramatra, or any sort of like frontline tank presence, like it's different if you have like a Doomfist or a Ball or something like that, you know, then like you're definitely playing it wrong. Like you're playing Anna like you're Reaper, but you're not, you're Anna. Still, we've got our cooldowns. If we nade that Anna right now, she dies. She dies anyway. Can we nade this? Nade it. Drop the nade. Nice. At least we deny the heal. And this is just a symptom of playing too far forward, right? Like, you don't need to be that far forward. Even just playing from here, like this part of the staircase, it's still like a shit positioning overall because you've got 5 players stacked in like a small bit here. And like, that's just like delight for the Junker Queen who can hit like multiple players with an axe at once. But like realistically, like you just can't be like frontlining like that. And again, because you're overly pushed and then you rotate to a position where you have less natural cover and there's a soldier there, like you don't really have an option, you just die to him. If you're playing from slightly better positioning back here and like the soldier's there, it doesn't matter because you just like walk backwards and then there's this whole cover in front of you. And then if you try to swing wide and come down here, guess what? You just like move up this way a bit. And it's like, and then if he comes back up to the staircase, guess what? You just like move down the staircase a bit, right? Like it's like when someone's on the other side of like a table, like a long like 12-person table, and they're trying to chase you. Like they go left, you go right, and then they go right and you go left. Like that's all you have to do. You just juke them while also healing your team. I won't give in. Cool, so we just lost 2 players. This fight's going to be hard. We traded 1, but they got rezzed. So again, we're in exactly the same situation. Why are we taking this aggressive angle by ourselves? Like, why are we pushing up here? Let's play over here. Like, we know that we're at a player disadvantage, right? Like, surely we're looking at the kill feed. Surely we know that 2 players just died. Why do we want to push up and try and take space? Right now, our goal is to lose slowly. Like, there's a big concept around, like, losing slow and losing fast. Remember when I told you to die before, but you ended up, like, 1v1ing and winning against Lucio when you definitely shouldn't have? That's the situation where you want to die fast to reset with your team. Your team holds the point. It's 3v5. Your goal here is to lose as slowly as possible to keep accruing percentage, right? Because like the idea of like resyncing with your team now is pointless because you hold the point, right? So you want to get as much percentage as you can. So that means if I'm the Anna or if I'm the Bap here, I'm playing from back here, and then if the soldier comes, then I'm rotating this way, right? I'm continuing to rotate this way because they can't easily take this space unless they walk all the way around. And hopefully you have enough awareness, both visually and with, wearing headphones, that you're going to see them come around. Coming this way, like if you lose this 1v1 to the soldier, then that just like speeds up the loss and you get less percentage accrued. I mean, you miss every shot except for the sleep, basically. You did draw a bunch of resources out and you got a little bit more percentage, I guess. But I do think that if you had have just played with a unit with your BAP and your SIG there, then you guys probably would have it a bit more, like 40%, 42%. All those extra percents adds up. Also, like waking up a soldier as soon as you slept in was like a really weird decision. Because you still held the point, you would be much better off just going back onto point and dying on point. Maybe you can delay out the cap by, as I said, like another percentage or two. It's all about just accruing percentage, right? I feel like you've been watching some guys that tell you to take off angles in aggression. And it's good to see you trying to do that, and that's what you need to do to climb ranks, but you're taking it like way too far to the extreme, especially as somebody who has really low mechanical skill, really bad aim. And like it is bad aim, I don't like not to be rude, but like it's quite shocking. I guess like having said that, like the only way to improve is to practice and get better. Um, and that's the freest kill of your life because he's literally standing still. This should be a kill as well. Yep, cool. Well shit, what do I know? It worked out fine. Maybe I'll just stop criticizing your flanks then. I don't know. That's just wild. You can kill this Messi. Yep, nice, cool. So this must be a win, obviously, because we're not going to a third round. Why would he shift? It's 1v5 and the entire team is here. I'm not even mad that you're walking into him because you can just sleep him, nade him, and then it's over. Oh, you should probably sleep him though. Ooh, that was close, 20 health. In that situation, you sleep, then you nade, right? Alright, who are we nanoing? We're probably looking to nano the Ashe here, because we know that the soldiers just used ult to our right because we're wearing our headphones and we have directional sound. Now the Sigma isn't in a position to use their suck to defend the Ashe, and also because he's in suck, he's probably not going to get a shield out. But instead, we go for damage, we ignore it, we assume that our Ashe will live, and it turns out that our Sombra connects with the right click and kills the soldier. Fair enough. Are we gonna nade this? Chuck a nade? Chuck a nade? Nade will do damage, double damage to the window. A nade would be really good. Never mind. That's a situation where it's totally fine to just throw your nade and see what happens, because like there isn't going to be another meaningful team fight for like the next like 6 or 7 seconds, right? Because the soldier just died. You eat a lot of spam. Okay, Sigma is probably the worst nano target on your team. Sigma is like a slow and steady kind of hero who does deal decent damage, but it's more like it's like a slow and steady race. Like, I would say literally anybody else on your team, including the bat, might actually be a better nano target. This is wild. You're just like running straight into them. This is going to probably work out, to be honest. But I just need to stress to you that this will not work out against opponents who aren't shockingly bad at the game, right? Like, think about your positioning. Think about your effective range. Like, you are so forward. Even your nanoed Sigma isn't pushing up as much as you're pushing up right now. This could be like an action hero highlight scene right now. Look at this jumping through the air shit into like 5 plays. This is wild. I do think it's going to work out. Oh, maybe not actually. There's enough time for you to lose this fight. But like that is a good nade. But like you're just dead. You just die. And your team actually didn't back you up at all, so it doesn't work out. It was stupid. I shouldn't have said that it was going to work out. That was me underestimating the playmaking potential that you had in the last ones and overcompensating by saying, "Oh, this is going to be fine." But like that's just wild, right? There's no reason to do that. Um, and yeah, obviously your team loses this fight, so go next. Some of the players are still alive. Good. Not for long. Miss, 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 hit, hit, miss. Oh, Ash stole it. What a bitch. Looking back to see where your team is, that's fine. Here's a situation where you definitely could be going. It's weird because like you go for those like aggressive damage peaks, like solo damage peaks up here, but like you're in the like pre-fight stage where like this is the perfect time to just peek the corner and go for a shot or two to try and build some more ult charge, but you don't do it. It's really strange. Hit him, hit him. Yeah, nice. You reload too much. It's something that I hadn't mentioned before, but like you had 11 shots there and you're looking at an Ashe that has like 35 health. Why are you like reloading in front of her? It's wild that you're scoping to do that. Nice, 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 nice. The Ashe just dies in front of you, bro. Like you've got to pay more attention to your teammates. Doing damage is great, but you need to simultaneously do damage and keep people alive. I guess you must win this fight because the game's about to end, right? But yeah, like that sucks. Like the Ashe is standing in front of you. They shouldn't die standing in front of you. Need to, again, we're frontlining. We just need to nade it. Yep, cool, and then the fight's over. Look, you get away with some crazy, crazy stuff in like this has to be bronze. I refuse to believe that it's not bronze. You get away with some crazy, crazy stuff at this rank, but like hopefully this has still been at least somewhat helpful to realize like, hey, maybe although this is kind of working right now, it's probably not going to work if I play against people that aren't like AI bots and actually like do things that are useful, you know, like against like at least moderately skilled opponents. I don't see most of this stuff working out. Um, I'd say definitely need to like think more about your effective range. Stay at like an Ana range. Stop playing Ana like it's Reaper. I think like stop holding your cooldowns so long. Like as soon as you see like a few players clumped up, especially when there's no Kiriko, like you just nade it. And like the odds of getting a kill are decent, but even if you don't get a kill, it's like the enemy has to then play conservatively until the anti-nade effect ends. It is great to see you going for aggressive anti-nades though. I don't think that I saw many, if any, like healing orientated nades. Like you're obviously trying to hit the enemy, which is great. You're going for damage and you're going for kills, which is great. Don't do it at the expense of players dying literally like standing next to you or even in front of you. Um, you've got to effectively weave where it's like I'm keeping my teammates alive and I'm dealing meaningful damage. It's not one or the other. Like heal botting is like a losing strategy, and like damaging at the expense of teammates dying around you is also a losing strategy, generally speaking, unless you're hitting all your shots. And you're definitely not hitting all your shots, but practice makes perfect. Keep it up. Do that Baxter code. Um, and then the other thing that I only just recently touched on was reloading. I think we saw it a lot throughout the game, but like that was the most like egregious one. Like you reload either when you're out of ammo or when you don't need to shoot again for the next like 2 seconds sort of thing. And like you did need to shoot again back here because like the Ashe had 35 health and then one of your other players was low as well. Was it the Sim? I don't know, I forget. But yeah, look, those are some general tips. I think like if you keep trying to play like this, then as soon as you start meeting some like opponents that have some level of skill, then you will find yourself really struggling. So hopefully this helps. Good luck.